Guys, what's up? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today we're going to be reacting to some TikTok videos on the phone. We're going to be going through some of the best and some of the worst advice on TikTok, because I definitely found some really poor advice on TikTok. I was just scrolling through and I thought, I've got to break this down. I've got to say, like, because this is wrong or this is right. Obviously it could go either way. So I saved a few videos that I'd like to break down, and I'm going to go through those now here on my phone with you guys, and I'll put them down in the corner whilst I react to them. So I'm basically going to be doing a reaction to some of the best and some of the worst advice on TikTok today. So yeah, stay tuned. Alright, so this guy right here, when I found this guy, he basically takes up the whole hashtag of fitness tips on TikTok. So I went through some of his videos and I found this ridiculous advice. Some of the stuff that he says is completely wrong. So I'm just going to break down what is right and what is wrong and what he's saying. So yeah, let's just go through this video first.
The question is how to do cardio the correct way to drop body fat. Okay, a lot of people do this wrong. Some people do it way too intense and they start to burn muscle instead of fat, or they do it for a really long time at high rates, high speeds, and now you're getting your body ready for like a marathon. We got to do it the right way. If it's not intense enough, then we're not in the fat burning zone.
Oh no!
Rate should be in between like 120 to 140. That's what's considered the fat burning.
Alright, so basically what he's saying here is that you need to train cardio really hard in order to burn fat, which is not correct. There is a fact completely wrong, and that is that cardio does in fact not burn fat. Cardio is a means to burn calories, and when you burn calories, that helps you burn fat, and that's basically how it works. So you're not actually burning any fat from the cardio alone. What you're doing is burning calories, and when you burn calories, that helps you burn fat. It is true that there is a fat burning zone, but it is not in the high heart rate. So when your body is in the high heart rate state, you're going to be using ATP-PC systems, which is really complicated. I'm not going to get into that. It's obviously high intensity. You won't be able to withhold for a long time, probably between 2 and 8 seconds, something like that. And you're not going to be using your fat. Fat is used over long periods of time during really something called LISS, low intensity state. So that could be going for a really long, short intensity run. Obviously that depends on who you are and what you do. What short intensity means to you, but the best way to burn fat in that sense, or to use fat as a means for energy, you're not going to actually burn fat from exercise, as a means for energy, and that can help you a little bit, but it's not as efficient as burning calories. So what you're going to want to do is doing low intensity work for long periods of time. So you could do like an hour of really slow jogging, because you're going to be in that state where your body uses fat for energy and not ATP-PC. So that is what he said here was wrong. Let's move on and see what he's got to say.
Burning zone. The best way to do that is hit cardio. That's high intensity interval.
Oh
training.
no!
That's what I do when I'm losing. You see my.
So he's basically saying the opposite of what's true. So what you're going to be wanting to do is LISS, which is low intensity cardio, to burn fat. Yeah, burning fat is not something you're going to be doing from HIIT. HIIT is a means to burn lots of calories, which is great for burning fat, but the actual cardio state itself is not actually going to be burning any fat.
Transformation, 75 pounds in 3 months, so it's possible. What this means is, do, let's say on an elliptical, I'm trying to hurry up because I'm short on time.
Also, I just want to say, there's a lot of advice from basically people who has a great physique. This guy has a good physique, and you're going to get a lot of people who don't know much about fitness, and they're just going to listen to the next guy who has the best physique, who doesn't actually have much knowledge behind him. So what you're going to want to do, instead of listening to people like this guy, for example, he's just trying to sell, which is fair enough. You're going to want to go study some of this yourself, or before you listen to it, study some of the advice that he's given, not just his results. When you have researched it, if what he's saying is correct, then obviously do keep continuing to watch him.
On elliptical, do 3 minutes on a resistance of 10. Then the next minute, you're going to kick the resistance up to 20, so it's going to be really hard. Then the next minute, you're going to drop it down to like 5 and go as intense as possible. Then the next minute, back.
Right, so we get the point. He's basically trying to say that HIIT burns fat, but it does in fact burn calories and not fat. The fat burning zone is, I believe it's between 30 and 40% of your maximal heart rate, but do go and check that out for yourself. So that was this guy. I don't like his advice. As I said, he takes up so much of the Aztec fitness tips, and his tips aren't very great. I've got some more videos that we're going to react to as well, but this one basically you throw it in the bin. How to get abs? Let's see what he says. So basically what he's saying is stop eating junk food and work out to get abs, which is like, it's good advice. Not eating junk food because it doesn't help you, but actually gaining abs is not going to happen from stop eating junk food. Working out, obviously, yes, you're going to be wanting to do that. Abs is achieved through having a very low fat percentage in your body. So if you want to have abs, you're going to want to be at a very low fat percentage. So they're not going to show no matter how much you work them out. I mean, so you're going to want to be doing great diet. So abs are made in the kitchen, and you're not going to be gaining abs from stop eating junk food, unfortunately. I wish that was true. But what you're going to want to do is have a full day of training abs and have a healthy diet and be in a caloric deficit, because then you're going to be burning fat and then your abs will eventually show. So caloric deficit, good diet. So I guess junk food is not bad advice. Caloric deficit and a good diet is basically the best way to go. But if you want bigger, bolder, more bold, what do you call them? Bolder abs, I guess you could say. You're going to be wanting to do some progressive overload like you would any other muscle. Now he's talking about thermogenic foods.
All right, so I want to give you another quick weight loss tip. This is on thermogenic foods. If you haven't heard of this before, certain foods, it takes your body more calories to actually chew the food and for your body to...
Right, so the whole idea of thermogenic foods, where your body is burning more calories actually eating it than digesting it, I think it's a bit ridiculous to throw that at someone who's new in the gym. And usually the people like this is giving advice to is people who are new in the gym. So you're not going to be wanting to listen to big words like that just because it sounds cool. Obviously thermogenic, you would think, oh, what's that? Like, well, how can I do this? But in reality, the only way and the best way to lose weight and get in a good state basically is a caloric deficit, and that's all the advice you need to begin with. You're not going to want all these fancy things, and in reality you're not going to find many bodybuilders or many people who are having a great physique. They're not going to be thinking about thermogenic foods, if we're being honest. So this advice not too great either. It's not going good for whatever this guy's name is.
To metabolize it than the calories you're actually getting from the food. So some examples are like celery, lettuce, peppers, even salmon. So these foods, there's a long list you can find if you Google it. Again, it's going to take your body more calories to metabolize these foods than how many calories are actually in the food. So it's really going to help with the fat burning and with your weight loss journey. And you can sprinkle these into each meal.
I mean, I know he's not trying to be mean or anything. I don't want to trying to be a party pooper myself either. I'm trying to just filter out good and bad advice, and really it's just a stressful factor for someone who's trying to lose weight. Thermogenic foods, it sounds so out of reach, and you're not going to be wanting to Google things like that. What you're going to be wanting to do is be in a caloric deficit and working out, and whatever that is to you, you're going to be wanting to work out at something that challenges you a little bit more every week. So if that is going on a walk for 10 minutes one week, and then the next week you go on a walk for 20 minutes, and then just keep a clean diet. That's the best advice and the only advice a beginner needs for losing weight.
So again, it will help you out, help you get that body fat percentage down. Hopefully this helps you out. Click that follow, check me out.
I'm not trying to be mean or anything of the sort. He's obviously just trying to be a nice guy, which is completely fair, and he's trying to help out. And I'm not gonna dispute that. He's got a lot of videos. You're gonna want to, obviously, as I said, he's on the entire hashtag, so he's got lots of videos. Some of them might be worth something, but most of these videos that I've seen from him is not worth much for a beginner or just anyone in general. So you're gonna want to, before you listen to his advice, you're gonna want to Google it and actually do some research yourself, because he doesn't seem like he's done much research, to be fair.
What's up?
So this is the last video I'm going to react to. I found this and I thought this was good for this video, so here we go. This is how to determine good or bad fitness advice. Let's see what he's got to say.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Just wanted to give you a quick fitness tip today on just identifying good versus like absolute hot garbage fitness advice. Basically, good fitness advice is sensible. It gives you it's very realistic. It goes into explanation. It doesn't need like buzzwords and big promises and all that kind of stuff.
And when he says buzzwords, a buzzword example could be thermogenic. So yeah.
Helps you understand things. Bad fitness advice usually tries to claim something new, tries to use all kind of like fancy buzzwords to like draw you in.
Again, claiming something new about buzzword. I bet before you saw this, you probably didn't know what thermogenic means, and you probably still don't because he doesn't explain it. And yeah, it's really just trying to use big fancy words to try and lure you in to sell some program, probably.
Tries to make claims that are not possible or healthy. Things like, oh, lose 30 pounds in 30 days, like get abs in 6 weeks, like these absolute things like this.
This is very true. Like, you're going to want to stay realistic and set some goals that are actually achievable naturally. And 30 pounds, 30 days, probably not likely to happen in a healthy way.
Things like this that does not take into account any of the variables that individual people have. So avoid people who make you empty promises without knowing who you are at all, and focus on sensible things.
Yeah, so that's true. Like, you're gonna want to think about the fact that everyone has a different journey, and you can't just give out blank statements on how to help someone, because you're basically not going to help anyone. So the best way to go about that is actually trying to find out what you need and what you're after in the terms of your goals. So if you want to build muscle, you're going to want to bulk if you're really skinny, or you're going to want to cut if you're a bit on the chubbier side, and try and find out what way to get there is the best for you, and probably try and find some more credible sources than the one I showed you earlier, and yeah, maybe have a look at my YouTube channel, because I am credible. But yeah, if you disagree with anything I've said in any of my videos, you can Google it. There will be some research behind it. I don't just give out blank statements. So yeah, I appreciate you watching the video today, guys. It was a bit more of an educational sit down. I was gonna do a different sort of exercise video or a challenge or something today, but I was knackered after my workout. But yeah, next video is gonna be a challenge or an exercise video, so stay tuned for that. And I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you very much.